Right.
Oh, yeah, I'm good now. Yep, thanks.
Call a meeting to order. I'd like to welcome everyone. In keeping with my plan to do a shout out on a monthly basis. The shout out is to the organizers of Canton's Winterfest. And for doing another outstanding job for us. Especially want to thank the chamber for all the publicity that you did and working with them on it. They did a very good job of organizing, and it's, yeah, 30 years, that's a long time for something like that. So, and give a shout out to that. Next item on the agenda is public comment. If you want to comment, you can stand in place, give your name, your address, and if you speak loud enough so that Heidi can hear you, then you're fine. Otherwise, we're gonna have you go to the podium and speak into the microphone. So anyone would like to comment? Now's the time to do it.
I would, my name is Philip Burnett, second. And of course, I just got the reassessment, and my question is, we've got an outside outfit doing the reassess for all of the town of Canton. Is that correct?
Correct.
They have mine so far out of whack that I don't have any confidence that when I come to the grievance period, that I'm even gonna have a fair shot. So my question to the board is, what can I do from now until then to ensure that I'll have some say? It's so far out of whack that I mean, we're talking about a double wide that tripled in 13 years. Is this the same outfit that Ogdensburg fired?
Yeah.
And Potsdam fired?
No, Potsdam went through with theirs. Potsdam, Gar was the one that did the revalve for Potsdam, and they went through the whole process with that. Yes.
And we felt that this was the group to hire, the ones that they fired.
Yeah.
Who voted on that? All you guys?
Yeah, town and village board, both. They did a presentation. The town's assessor was confident that they would give us a good work product. And
Based on what?
I'm not an assessor, Bill. And so, you know, but their feeling was that, and they have a tremendous track record in the state of New York.
They do.
What?
Doesn't sound like they do.
Huh?
So they have a tremendous track record. And they get mine so wrong. How is that possible? So on my street, we have a brand new house that was built on 4 acres. Full garage. I have a double wide that's 26 years old, same garage. That brand new stick built house is 40,000 less than what mine is now.
And so
That's how wrong they got it.
okay, and I get that. And this board, you know, we're not the assessors. But they have given you cover letter with the process. What I can tell you is the assessor and her deputy, they're meeting with people daily. I'm in the building daily. It hasn't been a long line of people. Nobody's been standing in line. But if you come in, they will sit down with you. You can show them what you have. They will go into the computer. They will show you how to access the GAR site. They will bring up your property. They will show you what they used for comparables to your property. And they will get you access or show you how to get to GAR. And then that's who you've got to stake your claim to. Because it ain't, you know, we can't do anything as a board here. We have no control over those numbers. We didn't generate them. And we cannot change it. And so the process will be, Gar, after you make your case to them, can say, Bill, don't agree with you, and they'll leave it alone. They will send you back a notice of what they decided. After that,
What they decide.
then, after that, then you can go to the bar, the BAR. They're gonna have 4 dates set aside where you can go to the bar. We've rented space at the BOCES building. Because normally the bar meets and sets for one day, usually afternoon, but we know there's gonna be a lot more people that are gonna show up for this. So we've set aside 4 days for that.
You know, why are so many people gonna show up?
Well, it's a reval. I mean, you're not,
We haven't done one
you're,
in how long?
there hasn't been a reval done.
And so why did we wait 18 years to do a reval?
Pardon?
Why did we wait so long to do a reval? People are on fixed incomes.
That's some of the problem waiting, but there are townships out there that have gone a whole lot
So
longer.
they're a whole lot worse than you guys are, that's good.
Oh, yeah, there is no question
You guys
about
are
it. I
bad,
mean,
but they're worse.
and there's only,
Tell me, I'm telling you.
I think there's maybe 5 towns out of the 32 that are at 100%. Potsdam now is at 100%. They're verified at 100%. And that has to be approved. Well, doesn't have to be approved. The equalization rate comes from New York State. And so after a reval, regardless of who does it, whether it's locally or a professional outfit, those numbers all go to the state, and the state verifies whether that got to 100% of assessment. And in every reval,
Do you think it's right?
according to their people, every reval they've ever done, when they were done, the township was at 100% of assessment.
But do you think it's right to give people 2 weeks notice? I just got it in the mail.
It's, that's,
That's your more poor planning?
no.
If you don't care about the people, they got 2 weeks. I think you guys have failed us tremendously.
Okay. And
But you
and
don't care
often-
anyway, because there's no recourse, because you subbed that out. And that's why you did it.
Yeah.
When you've got a double wide, almost $300,000 and new homes less than that, you got it wrong. And then you guys voted for it, not me.
I will say. Okay.
And this
I mean,
process,
and we-
doesn't favor me.
we-
I've had to plow through everything.
we can badmouth Gar all we want, and that's fine, go ahead, that's what this is about, we can do that. But at the end of the day, this board, the village board, all of us agreed that a reval needed to be done. We had realtors coming in and saying, people, things have got to change, because we've got people that are out there wanting to sell their homes for $400,000. People are looking at the assessment and see that it's 240, and they're saying, why should I give this kind of money? But they're selling.
How many
And that's what
$400,000
causes-
homes are in Rensselaer Falls?
That's what causes the equalization rates to do what they do,
I'm
because the sales are out of whack. So, take Gar out of the picture. We all agreed there was gonna be a reval.
So did every
We
home,
could,
every home go up?
the total assessed valuation for the town of Canton
No, that's not what I asked.
increased from 417 million to 730. It was a 75% increase overall.
So all homes went up, right?
There's probably a few that didn't, but it would be very, very few.
My neighbor that's got a newer modular with a full basement actually went down. And he's 100,000 less than me now. The discrepancy is so large that I have no confidence in anybody inside of these 4 walls. Because this is what you voted for. I mean, I'm, my hair is blowing back that you guys got it so wrong.
So then let me finish. Let's take Gar out of the picture. Pathetic. Let's take Gar out of the picture. The 10 board members approved this. Gar out of the picture, this revale still would have happened. It would have happened locally.
But then we could have
It
talked to the
would have-
local
It
people
would
instead
have
of this
happened
third company.
locally. You would not have talked to anybody until you got those numbers. I will tell you that
Which
the
was
assessor's
years
office
ago.
and GAR was in communication through the whole process. The assessor and her assistant reviewed those numbers. Some of the numbers might have been a little
They
bit different.
reviewed them,
Some
so
of
they
them-
actually looked at a double wide and said that it's now worth. There's another double wide just up the road that sold 62,000, 60,000, and 45 in a 15-year span. They said it's worth 190 now. Its last sale 3 years ago at 45,000 with no improvements. This is how wrong they're getting it. So I wanna get my voice out there so that we can fire them again. Gar or whoever's doing these assessments, you tell me, it's not you guys,
That's the likelihood of that
the
happening.
incompetence is unbelievable. I can assess value better. I'm now the most expensive on my whole street, you know my street?
I know your street.
I mean, the mayor's parents live there, so they're lower than in their new home. Brand new home. Now stick built.
I know where they are.
This is how ridiculous it is. So I've said enough.
Call the office.
And then I gotta go through all this shit and all this anxiety and all this stress because they got it so wrong. You think that's right? You think this is for the people? They make this process so hard. And you got 2 weeks now. Why couldn't they stop it right now and give us a whole nother year? Because a lot of people are looking at losing their homes. The people you represent are looking at losing their homes. Well, I hope you guys can sit here and pat yourselves on the back and give everybody the credit they deserve. We're losing our fucking homes.
Watch them out.
Don't give a shit.
What?
Let me out.
But you don't, Phil.
Jim, this is my home.
Yeah, I understand.
And you know how many people are behind me, but they're too chicken shit to come here?
And again,
Remove me.
and again, you're not the only one that's been affected, Phil. Look at the room.
Go.
Would anyone else like to speak?
The name's Carl Cook. I know 5 Old DeKalb Road. I've got 3 properties. One was valued at 27,000. One was valued at 40-some thousand. One was valued at 98,000. They all went up between $80,000 and $82,000. That's just a number thrown out there, because you can't take a $27,000 piece of property and a $100,000 piece of property and raise them by the same amount and come up with any clarity at all. It's just BS.
Would anyone else like to speak? If not, there was public comment. Down to approval of minutes. We have 2 sets of minutes that need to be approved. One from the joint board meeting with the village and our last month's board meeting. Had a chance to review them. Entertained motion to approve. So moved by Cuthbert. Second by Brown. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Correspondence. I got a email from Jim Burdick, who lives on the Minor Street Road regarding the condition of the roads in the town of Canton. I believe a couple of you responded to him. So, next, we got a FEMA reimbursement from federal for $37,065.41 for roads and culvert repair. There are 2 more in the works. One of them is at the Army Corps in Buffalo, and the other one, is the James Road. And they're in the. They're still in the works. I talked with, Kimberly Gilbert at the IDA. Because of the reval that's going on. And, because of some other negotiations that we got going with, solar people regarding pilots. Because the IDA uses a formula that takes tax rates and they apply the tax, and they take the tax rates and they do apportionment according to what those tax rates are. My question was, and she answered it, was, do you take into consideration equalization rates with regard to tax rates? And they said they do. And so, but if we get to 100%, and from now on, will be apportioned properly, the school, between school and, but apparently they were doing that also because they're using equalization rates. So it shouldn't affect, the reval shouldn't affect our, the distribution of the pilot. That was it for correspondence. Town finances, you're up, Angela.
Thank you, good evening. The report was distributed in advance. You would notice on the summary sheet that all of the funds are in surplus. Most all of the funds are in surplus. What happens at the beginning of the year, we have a front load of revenue, the expenses go out slower than the revenue comes in. So we collected the real property taxes, so those lines are at 100%. Started receiving sales tax. There is a new report this year. It is the last report line green tonight. And so that's going to thread our health insurance self-funded portion of that plan. So that is in the surplus at this moment. Also important to note that our fire districts have been, the revenue's been collected and paid out. With one that we do pay out in various stages throughout the year. So any questions?
No, and on that, we were keeping track of the disbursements from the HRA distribution. They were coming in very, we get $100, $200,
Yes.
$300, whatever. Then all of a sudden, boom, we got a good one. And we did talk to our representative with regard to it, and he said, keep in mind that you start, people are going, and then they start doing the billing, so bang, you're something does hit. So we are at what, 12.9%.
21
or
of what we had anticipated in total expenditure for the year. 21.9% of the budget has been.
But that is 21% of the 50,000. But we have the reserve.
Correct. Together, they would be 12%.
They're the,
Yes,
that's,
correct.
well, 13%. So, all right.
That's all.
Any questions for Angela? Move to accept finance report. No move.
There.
Motion by Tylon, second by Cuthbert. Further discussion? Not all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Audit committee.
A, 67,570.01. B, 2,400, 460.18. DA, 38,259.16. Trust and agency, 12,735.07. DB, $2,633.75. Special fire, $19,719.62, and special lighting, $414.40.
Questions? Motion to accept,
So moved.
Brown, second,
Same.
Kaya. Further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carried. Acceptance of, department head reports. Anybody want to add anything other than what we saw? Anybody got any questions for Stephen or Mike? They're here. Did have one. I can't remember if I can remember what it was.
The thing I'd like to add is, I didn't put in the report, when I went to that meeting about the chips.
Yeah.
They, reported that last year. 13% of the roadways in New York State are state highways. The other 87% are what's called local roads, county highways, town roads, village, city street, things of that nature. So the 13% of the state highways got their chips raised 800 million last year. And the other 87% of the local roads got raised 50 million. And this year I had it in my report that they don't have any increases in state budget, so just to give them a little bit of something to think about, the
Yeah.
13% of the highways got 800 million and 87% of the roads got nothing.
And I think last year when in state budget, there was didn't show an increase, but then there was
They did
a bunch of
bump that.
lobbying from all the towns and the Association of Towns. I think the Association of Towns have asked for an increase of 150 million for that 87%. Where they get with it, who knows? But
You said Scott Gray was gonna push forward. Did he sound confident that they would get it?
He didn't really.
He didn't?
I mean, that's kind of a pretty,
you know,
kind of opening yourself up there, but they
Yeah.
were gonna push hard, to try and.
Yeah.
I did have on the report too, to sell one of our used notes, the town. of
yeah,
Russell.
it's gonna be, yeah, that's on the agenda along with the transfer funds
Okay.
for, we got 2 items on the agenda.
Thank you.
That are yours. Any other questions, comments? Everybody saw the department head reports, they're in the drive, anybody's got any questions for any of them? I see what ice is going out at the pavilion,
22nd.
the 22nd.
22nd, 25th.
Was not.
Twenty-
Mhm.
22nd, yep. Alright, and did see where revenues were up from a year ago. So. Alright, motion to accept department head reports.
So moved.
Don't fight over
Wayne? You want a
it.
second, John?
Everybody second.
There.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Committee reports. I was part of a Zoom meeting on sustainability. I'm new to it. About most interesting thing out of that is they did have very good success with their Fix It Fair last year, and so they're having it again this year. It is on March 25th from 8 till 12 at the pavilion. And I guess quite a few people show up that are willing to try to fix anything you bring it broken. So, good luck. But the gentleman that was in charge of it said that it was very, very well received, and there was people came and had a good time, walked away with some stuff fixed.
What's the date of that again, Joe?
It's the 25th from 8 to 12.
25th of March.
Yep, at the pavilion.
Nice.
What, that's right after the ice goes out.
Keeping it going.
Any other committee reports?
Highway met, but as
Yeah.
you just said,
This stuff is on the
it's
agenda.
on the agenda.
Yeah.
Okay. Economic development,
Greg, you have to do that, I wasn't there.
Yeah, no, that's in there too, that was quite a bit going on.
It was all in the, normally it's in a report, we get it pretty.
okay, anything of,
Yeah.
anything that jumped right out at you, Greg?
No, I mean,
Do they come up with a final for the,
they have come up with, I think they've got it narrowed down to one finalist to do the village grant.
Okay.
At least one they're gonna recommend, I believe.
Okay, and that's, did,
Hang on, finalists for what?
and I'm
Village.
always asked this. And never really get a good answer, but at some point I will. Any schedule on carrying existing now? Did they bring that up?
No, we're talking about the village green.
No, I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah,
talking
I'm talking
about,
about the village
okay,
green.
you're
yeah,
talking about village
yeah,
green,
yeah.
sorry.
No, I think that is set to begin this year's. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he said that the developer, their plans are close to being complete.
Yeah,
And they're talking to SUNY Canton right now about the entrepreneur,
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm gonna say if they're getting plans complete, I would think they would have somewhere in that schedule, you know, you heard that, Tom?
I heard possibly this month, but this spring they'll be.
Okay, and I could, and Mike might know, but, all right,
We're talking about the plaza now?
any other committee reports?
The plaza now, that's what you're talking about? Okay.
Court. And everything, but
That's on, yep,
everything.
yep, that's on
Yeah.
the agenda.
Other-
Complete streets, I know didn't, because I was talking with Kobe.
Communications doesn't meet till next
Uh,
week, so we don't have anything to report,
They didn't meet,
right?
Communication,
This next week, right?
this Tuesday.
Or-
Yeah.
yeah,
we
we haven't-
have a meeting till Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we got.
Okay.
reports.
and solar did not meet. I think that covers, it. Very good. On to old business. Item 1, annual review of town court and town clerk / town or tax collection. Who did it? Greg and John,
We did the clerk's office
and you did town court.
and Wayne and I did the
Yeah.
work.
Oh, Randy, you did the court.
Yeah.
And so they both been completed.
Mhm.
All right, very good. Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
CSA contract approval, that's going to executive session. Under new business, we gotta add item 4. And that's to approve the sale of the nose plow to the town of Russell. So, first item under new business, is our 2026 highway construction plan. That was in the drive. You can see it. Do you wanna talk about it, Stephen?
Puts us in about 5.6 miles for this year. And just like everybody keep in mind, you notice State Street is 35 feet wide.
Yeah.
With the walking trail, so that's basically like paving 2
Like
roads.
two lakes of road in there. And,
So that helped us on footage right there, but.
and that's what,
I mean, everybody's seeing gas and diesel prices going up, so. That's why I put at the end of it that probably Jones and, just that little repair on Worley Posse would be cut off. Probably really quick, and we may have to trim another places. I think that was in 22, that blacktop bid came out in, mid to high $40 range a ton. And by the time we paid, that was like 75. That was when fuel prices went high, so this may need a lot of adjustment by the time we start paying it.
like you were saying about State Street at 35 feet. That's 7/10 of a mile. And 191,000.
Yeah.
Johnson Road is just twice that length,
Mhm.
1.4. 216,000. There's only $20,000 difference. And it's twice that, and that's what you get into when,
And figure on State Street, Sullivan Drive. Into the village limits is bad. I've got planned to put binder down there and top. And Sullivan Drive out to 310, if you drive it, it's actually pretty decent shape, so that's just getting a cap on it.
Yep.
So that's quite a cost savings there, so. Throw that in for the minutes. But that still leaves us where we've been going out doing repair painting before we road and stuff. Still leaves money in the budget, hopefully for this fall, we'll be able to go do that with our paper to.
same as you did last year on
Old Road and
Old
Sykes Road.
and Stein
Yep.
and Sykes.
Hopefully we can do that again this year on the paper.
Yeah, cause that, yeah, if you can do it, worked out pretty good.
And it gives our crew. After they run our old paper, it gives them a real appreciation for the county coming to do it. We'll say it only caught on fire twice on this last year, so it was a good year.
That's-
You know,
Yeah.
we did well.
And it didn't need anybody, so we're good. Motion to approve Stevens construction plan.
Second.
Motion made by Kaya. Second by Cuthbert. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Out of the supervisor. No, that's just, yeah. We don't have new town clerks off, or yeah, no, we don't have, we already done that. So it's audit, or not the audit, it's the annual review. Of the supervisor's office. Have we agreed who's doing that?
I was supposed to with who?
Wayne, I think.
Okay.
So,
It's whenever.
get a hold of,
It's
Well-
whenever Debbie can get her.
yeah, and I mean, it's not like this is something that's gotta be done by. You know, certain, it'd be nice if we could get it done by the end of April.
Yeah, I only can't wait for another couple weeks, so I
And
thought.
so, and
Yeah.
what
No, just get with me whenever.
what you gotta do is call Christie.
I'll just set up.
Get an appointment and then she'll tell me when I need to be there. That's the way it works, I'm sorry, but.
It'll probably be a
I
couple
get
weeks,
it.
Wayne.
Okay, that's fine.
Probably more than a couple weeks out though.
Alright. Good there. Gotta have approval to transfer highway funds from VA 5130-5142-4. Snow removal to VA 5110-5130-1. To the equipment account. For the purchase of a used sander. Stephen, got a very good deal on, I think we're kind of lucky to find that one.
Yeah.
That, said it hadn't been used, or you don't think it'd been used 4 times.
Mike went yesterday and picked it up, and I don't know if it ever was used 4 times. There's the chain. There's not even rusted on cable chain yet.
We bought it for what, 8,300,
8,300
and new there.
and the cheapest stainless steel ones you can find is 30,000, and
Yeah.
if you get a better name with any kind of option, 45 good and both are.
It's, yeah, and and every now and then those pop up and.
The last, we've been building them, the steel ones, when we were buying them, we could get like 5 years out of them, when they were junk, so. Years ago, like 15, 18 years ago, we started building our own. The last 2 we built, Mike had kept track of everything. And I think we're somewhere, he said. I think somewhere even. Right in there around 9,000. And you're still gonna get probably 10 to 12 years out of them, even though we built them that year. It's mild steel, it's gonna rust. These are stainless. Worst case, you have some of your gearbox on it. Everything else is stainless, it's
But-
not gonna rust.
But even the steel ones, we gotta put a gearbox on
Sure.
them.
We did one this winter, put a used one on, this winter.
All right. We have motion
No one's made a motion yet.
So moved.
and a second,
I'll second it.
motion by Tylon. Second by Brown. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Approve the sale of nose plow to the town of Russell. The amount of $500. I explain that.
Yep, so. Buying our 2-stage plows, the plows we've been getting with the scrapers, that all been cut back on sand, salt, leaf strip, so on and so forth. We've done 4 trucks so far, so we've got 4 new plows. Town of Russell reached out. They were just calling towns, they had. Something happened to one of their plows this winter, it got totaled. And asked if we had anything available, I said, yeah, we've got some I'd like to keep, you know, just in case we have an issue, but I don't want to get rid of them all. He said, he's looking for one, so. I told him to come down, you watch them on like the online auctions. I've seen them anywhere from 125 up to the 500. Nobody really wants a one-way snowplow off of a highway truck, other than maybe a logger or something, do a long logging road, but. Other than that, no real use for anything else, so. Figure try to help another town out too,
And
at 500.
And-
I told them you can pick whatever one you want out of these 3. Then they can the one they wanted, I figured that was a fair way to do it.
And they take care of
Northwoods Road.
the Northwood Road for us, so we don't have to go up. They've been plowing that for.
I've
That's not,
been at the town so over 20 years.
that deal's been going on when I was supervisor before, and that was 25 years ago. So. When I was a lot younger.
I don't think you're gonna see anything more than $500 off an auction site. Be done.
We got the knot. We're good to go. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Kyle. Second by Cuthbert.
He'll get it right one time.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Carried. All right, entertain a motion to go into executive session to discuss highway contract and some personnel issue. Motion, second?
Second.
Motion by Cuthbert, second by Brown, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, we will go upstairs.